Hey, Bruce, couple of questions, one off ice, one on ice. First, what did you think of the 90s look? You team.
I loved it. Looks like they dug through my old wardrobe.
And the second one, with Lozon going down, you got to see Vakanen for an extended period of time, maybe a little more so than you thought you would. Just what did you think of how he handled that and the rest, for that matter, the rest of your team?
Well, they stepped up. It was addressed after the first period that we would need help from the forward group as well, especially in the breakouts, those scrum pucks below the goal line. We need to do our jobs, win the battles on the wall so we don't get stuck for extended period times in our end. I thought the second period was terrific in that regard. As for Vac, I thought he got better as the game went on. He's a good hockey player. We know that. He's waited for his opportunity. And again, there's always going to be competition, but good chance for him to step up, earned his way into the lineup first and foremost. And then when Loza goes down, and I thought the rest of the group did a great job too. Johnny Moore, Cliffy had to bounce back and forth. The two, you can always pretty much rely on McAvoy and Carlo to give you steady minutes. So, but good for Vac. We'll see where we are when we get home health wise. But all three of our lefty are out. That we started with. The start of the year, a younger group. We weren't uncertainty, and now we've lost all of them. So good for the guys for stepping up. Good team win.
Next up is Dan Rosen.
Yeah, Bruce, the goals are great. The win is spectacular, obviously. What was your favorite part, though, of this whole thing?
I think walking out, Dan, after the first period, because the sun had then settled, and it was truly like a nighttime outdoor, like when you were a kid and playing under the, outside on a pond. That's what it felt like, the trees. Walking to the bench, you could see the lake, a few boats back there. Very pristine sort of surroundings. That was my favorite part. It was 2-2 at the time, so it wasn't like it was because we were dominating or winning or anything like that. It was just the environment, the setting. Our guys were really into it. They had a lot of fun playing the game tonight, and I think it showed on the ice.
Our next question comes from Jimmy Murphy.
Bruce, you look at the way last night's game went, and there's a lot of outdoor games go low scoring, and this game was a complete opposite. Just your thoughts on the way your team adapted to an outdoor game, and then to the way that score could change, and just the environment that it was in.
Yeah, you're right. I anticipated it'd be a lower scoring game, but didn't work out that way. Some of that had to do with we'd been challenged in our group. We haven't scored a lot lately, so it just happened to fall on an outdoor game, but we knew we needed to do some things better. And then you get on a bit of a roll and you start shooting pucks and it gets contagious. And you see different guys chipping in. Trent Frederick's a great example. Just getting a shot through to the net. And like I said, I know that goal was a little later, but obviously your big guns have to score. Pasta brought it today. And like I said, there was a trickle-down effect. So good for our guys. We needed it. You're going to take any win you can get, but we needed some offense, I think, for guys to start feeling a little better about themselves. And turned out that way. Again, you never know. The elements were pretty good, Jimmy, after there was some sun out there the first half of the game, and then, not a lot of wind. So the ice was excellent. So you could make some plays. I mean, they made some plays too. So it was, there was opportunity certainly to create offense, and we were able to do it.
Our next question is from Dan Roche.
Hey, Bruce, just kind of follow up what was earlier asked, just from your awesome scally cap to, the 90s outfits, to the game itself, to the venue, to the views. It looks spectacular on TV. How special a night was this for you and your hockey club?
Well, I love outdoor hockey. I mean, I grew up in Canada on outdoor rinks. So for me, it's, and with no fans, it's different because, you're in Notre Dame, and I went to the game at Gillette as a fan with, and it's a different environment when you're that close and nothing else around you but trees and a lake. Now, clearly I didn't grow up playing in that type of outdoor, but there's a lot of outdoor ponds that are just surrounded by trees, and lakes all over the country and in Canada and the US. So I love that part about it. As for me, I love the guys' look. You don't get a lot of chances to bond this year, Dan. So this was one that they took advantage of, and in their dress code. So good for them. Scally cap, that was in honor of Doc Emmerich. Great guy. He sent those to a number of us after the last outdoor game. So always enjoyed chatting with Doc. The Bruins miss him, had a great career. So that was just a bit of a tip of the cap for him. And like I said, again, enjoyed every aspect of it today. And obviously when you win, it makes it even sweeter.
We'll take 3 more questions for Coach. The next question comes from Matt Porter.
Bruce, 2, if I might. One, an update on Lausanne, if you have any, and also who do you feel might be the most relieved among your players tonight, given the way they performed?
I don't have much on Lausanne. He left. He'll get a complete evaluation tomorrow. And then obviously we'll have a better update for you, or Tuesday. We're getting in really early. So we'll see what happens there. And what was the second part? Sorry, Matt, I missed that. Did you get it, Brandon?
He is back. Go ahead, Matt.
Bruce, among your players, who do you think might be the most relieved tonight, given the way they performed?
The most what?
Most relieved, most weight off their back. I'm thinking maybe Coyle, just given his first goal and.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if relieved. I would say, we're a first place club. I think every guy in that room's contributed to it. So I don't know if guys are going around beating themselves up. I think there's guys that feel better about their games than others. Things are happening for them. I think forwards a lot of times, especially if you're in the top 6 or 9, judge themselves on some offensive numbers. So Charlie Coyle, obviously, I know wanted to bring more offensively. I thought he did tonight. Attacked more. His goal is a great example of that. Didn't look to pass. Made his move, attacked the net, got rewarded. Past to Marsh, they're pretty much that line's always going to bring offense. Relieved. Maybe Frederick. Getting his first NHL goal. It took him a while. So I think that's always a great thing to sort of get behind you and look forward to the next one. So I think for him, probably a nice moment. Anytime you get your first NHL goal and you get it in an outdoor game. So for him, probably, I guess to answer your question would be Freddie just getting his first.
And our last question for Coach comes from Joe Haggerty.
Hey, Butch, I know it's been such a point of emphasis for you from the last few weeks to, extend the lead, get a little breathing room. It's been such a grind with so many 1-goal games and close games. How nice was it to see that play out tonight? And how important is that to just sustain that moving forward?
Well, it's good for the group when you're not leaning too, so much on your top guys to play in those tight games. You're allowed to sort of spread the ice time around a little bit better. So it's good for everybody mentally and both physically. So I think that's the most important thing, and to know in our heads, if we keep playing the right way, we can do that. It's in the room. I thought we hung in there pretty good, Hags, after the first period. They got a fortunate bounce they took advantage of. Charlie breaks a stick, scrambling to recover. So they took advantage of some opportunities. Even the last goal went in off back. So I thought we kept playing the right way. We didn't just open up the floodgates and say, hey, let's trade chances and see who can win the game 6-5. So that was a good thing too. We extended the lead the right way. We've said that all along. Get the lead, keep playing for the next goal, but not at the expense of letting teams back in the game. So I guess that's the biggest positive of that. And seeing some different guys put pucks in the net. Coyle, obviously. Richie's done a good job in the power play in front, but Frederick getting his first. Johnny Moore contributing some plays from the back end. So that was a good sign that was spread out a little bit.
Thank you for your time, Coach.
Thank you.